Good day, Team Telco member of the service delivery team. You've participated, and so far we've introduced the service delivery activity matrix. We have one more tool that we would want to introduce just to help to crystallize and give you full value, full impact, and help you optimize and be most efficient when it comes to doing or delivering your daily work. And this is called the RACI model, okay? RACI basically stands for Responsible, Accountable, Consulted, and Informed. It's a model that's used just to show that in the allocation of tasks or in the allocation of activity or works, there may be different stakeholders who have different expectations around a particular activity or around a set of information as it moves through or as it's actioned by different ones within the organization. So RACI, as I said, stands for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. All right. So responsible means basically I'm the one who has to get the thing done. Accountable means that I may not be the one doing the thing, but whether it's done or not done, it's my responsibility. I'm accountable at the end of the day, regardless of whether it was done or not done. So I may not have been, I may delegate it to someone in my department, but it's still my responsibility to ensure that it gets done. It may not be my responsibility to do it, but it's my responsibility to ensure that it gets done and gets done properly. So that's what accountable means. All right. So responsible, I'm the one who has to do it. All right. Accountable, I may not be the one doing it, but I need to ensure that it gets done and gets done properly. Consulted, I may be asked for input. I may be asked to give suggestions. I may be asked to help in that process. And then lastly, informed, right? I do not participate in any way. I don't have anything to do, but I am directly interested in the output of the output or the results of that task or that activity, right? So I want to be informed. I want to be updated. All right. So that's RACI, RACI. So what we've done here on the left-hand side is we've taken our different activities from the matrix. So task and job management, project infrastructure and planning, project infrastructure planning and deployment, infrastructure management, escalation, the telco way, training and development, accounting for time, resources, and attendance, and lastly, creating analytic reports. All right. Under there, those are just top headings as activities, but we've broken them further down. So under task job management, we've also got task job acknowledgement, troubleshooting, project implementation or fault resolution, task quality assurance and confirmation or validation. So we've broken them further down. These are all items that are in the actual matrix themselves, but we've just broken them down into point form. All right. So likewise on the project infrastructure planning and deployment, we've broken it down into surveys, bill of quantities, requisitions, drawings, and schematics, as-built documentation, quality assessment and assurance, right? So we further segmented the activity into sub-activities or subtasks, all right, that are expected whether on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, all right? So on escalation, we've got task job escalation, and then we've also got escalation resolution, all right? So we've broken it down into two subtasks. And then we come to the matrix. On the matrix side, what we have, so on the left-hand side, on the left-hand axis, we've got the different activities and sub-activities. On the top axis, we've got the different stakeholders or the different parties. So these may be of an internal type. When we say internal, we are saying they are within the department. They are within the service delivery department. When we say external, they're outside of the service delivery department, okay? So we've got two sets of stakeholders, internal and external. And then we've got the different participants or parties or stakeholders. So service delivery manager, administrator, service delivery specialist, planning specialist, service delivery technician, outside plant supervisor. These are all our internal players in the service delivery department who in one way or another will participate with this RACI matrix. On the external side, we've got customer service consultants, we've got the external customer service supervisor, customer service manager, sales and or billing team. All right. So these are also stakeholders. They are not in the department, but they may also have an interest or input around the information presented in this matrix. All right, so if we take let's look at the first section. We take task job acknowledgement, all right, and we apply now that RACI matrix. And basically what we're saying is that when it comes to task or job acknowledgement, the service delivery manager is informed, right? So he's not actively participating, he's just informed. The service delivery administrator is accountable, all right? The service delivery specialist is responsible. The service delivery technician is also responsible. The outside plant supervisor is also responsible. Why do we have 3 responsible parties, you may ask? Because all 3 of these people may be allocated a task or a job to do, all right? That's why they all have the responsible, the RA tag on them, all right? Your customer service consultant is informed. They may want to know maybe it's related to a help desk ticket that they've been given. And the customer service supervisor is accountable because they also need to make sure maybe that ticket is closed in a satisfactory manner. All right, so I hope that gives a clear picture of how the matrix works. Maybe let's do another one for emphasis. Let's take a survey. So this is under project infrastructure and planning and deployment. We've got a survey there. The service delivery manager is accountable. So in other words, he needs to ensure that this thing gets done. He's not the one doing it, but he needs to ensure it gets done. The service delivery administrator is informed. They'll want to know the output of this survey. The service delivery specialist may be consulted, right? They may be asked about certain positions of infrastructure, certain ports that are available. The service delivery planning specialist is responsible. In other words, all surveys are expected to be done by the service delivery planning specialist. So he is responsible. He needs to get the job done. The service delivery technician may also be consulted, maybe to check where certain splice capacity is. The outside plant supervisor may be consulted around certain cables or sizes of cables available in certain areas. And the customer service supervisor may also be informed. They may want to know the output of this process. All right. So that's what that looks like in terms of how we can use this matrix. So it's fairly simple, and it's just basically there to try and give you a guideline or an understanding of when you have a certain task, who are the other people that are impacted, either through them giving you input, right, consulting, or you giving them output in the form of information. And then also in terms of who is responsible and who's accountable using this RACI matrix or this RACI model. All right, I think it's fairly straightforward, and I hope you are equipped to be more effective and efficient, looking at your activity matrix, looking at the 8 activities, using this RACI model to guide you in terms of as you execute your duties on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.